am live. Hi, everyone. It's Marisol here once again, coming to you live from Sydney, Australia. It's already 10 o'clock here at night. That's why I'm wearing my pajamas. Sorry for that. For those who's following my page and new to my business page, I'm Marisol once again. I'm a successful digital business owner. I'm a mom of three. Yes, I'm busy. And I'm a registered nurse by profession. And tonight I'm doing live because I want to educate everyone and to give you inspiration and a little bit of background of what I do online. So this online business that I found a year ago. And tonight I do have a very special guest, and she's all the way from Sacramento, California. And let's bring her in so we can know my special guest. Hello, Modopi.
Hi.
Good morning from your side.
Good morning. It's really early morning here.
Hi,
And good evening over there.
Marissa.
Yeah. And good evening over to you.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. And thank you for allowing me to, invite you to my business page
Of
and know
course.
you more and know your whys, and we get inspiration.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you. And to start with, we would like to know a little bit of your background, where you originally from, and what do you do for work before jump into this online business.
Thank you, Marisa. And I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of our viewers across the globe, either listening to us right now or will probably be catching up on the replay later. Just like Marisa had introduced me, my name is Modupe. I'm originally from West Africa, Nigeria, but I currently reside in the United States, California to be specific. I married to the love of my life. I have two boys, adorable boys. And I also, and of course, on the professional side of things, I'm a chartered accountant. I'm a certified tax professional, and of course, a grateful, digital entrepreneur. So that's just a little bit about who Modupe is.
Wow, accountant. I can see that we get a lot of professionals in our community, and
Of
even
course.
and
Yes.
even full-time moms like me. At the moment, I'm on currently on maternity leave, and I'm just so grateful
Congratulations.
that
I
I
know.
started online business when I was pregnant. So
Mm.
yeah, so can you just explain a little bit more of what is this online business? Some people ask, "What do you do online? What is this online business?" Because there's a lot of online business, especially on the social media, that you can see the ads.
I know, and you're very correct. There are thousands, I mean, millions of online businesses out there. But I make bold to say, right, to our audiences, either listening to us right now or probably catching up on the replay later, that our own type of digital business, it's out of the world. Yeah, I call it a world class because I call it one you cannot beat. Okay. Um, we are into an online entrepreneurship business whereby we have community of like-minded individuals. We collaboratively we teach, we mentor, and we coach individuals in our face in our community who are willing and eager, also to start up a business of their own on the digital space of things. And so what does it provide us with? So we run off on a system that is proven, by the way. We run off on a digital platform, which provides us with a world-class training system in place. And it also comes up with automation that provides us with what the training, the automation that helps with the startup, with the marketing, the
Mhm.
product, and then it provides us with what the mentorship, and of course an excellent community of like-minded successful entrepreneurs who are thriving in the digital space.
Yeah.
um, just summarily, we leverage on the power of automation, social media platforms, and of course, attraction marketing. And we are doing excellently well, in our various pursuits. So that's exactly what we do. And you know what? We can't tell you everything about the nitty gritty about what this business is unless you come on board, unless you up on board, and then you join us through. You won't be able to know exactly what we do. Yeah.
Wow, thank you for that wonderful explanation. It covers everything, what we do online.
Hmm.
Because there's a lot out there that you can really, that there's a lot of advertisement about online business, but unless you tried and do that first step, you never know. And yeah, Mudopi, we want to find out what is your biggest why on, you're already a professional. I mean, I'm sure that you're earning, a good amount of money and living on your own terms. But why is this online business? Why did you venture in this online business?
Thank you. I get that questions most of the time, and
Mm-hmm.
this is what I say to people. I say, when you're not fulfilled, I mean, when you're not explicitly fulfilled, you might probably be reaching out and meeting the needs of individuals in your world. But how about your own self fulfillment? When that doesn't actually, I mean, add up, or that's not being, attained, then I think I have a problem with that. And that was why I reached out, right? I never wanted to be in the online space, if you ask me. I did
Mm-hmm.
not wake
Yeah.
up one day and say, you know what, it has to be online, it has to be online. For individuals who know me, will know that Modipe will never be found in the online space. I'd rather keep my things to myself, right? And just being private about it. But
Mm-hmm.
Universe brought this my way. I saw a promotional ad and I questioned it and I'm like, does this really exist? And I
Mm-hmm.
went further,
Yeah.
right? I went further, I did my due diligence and I checked it out and I saw that it checked the boxes for me. Now,
Mm-hmm.
what are these boxes is checked for me? Because then that becomes my core whys why I joined up onto this, right? One of them is time freedom, right? So it gives me
That's
the liberty, right, to be around my kids. It gives me the opportunity not to, miss out on their milestones. I mean, just yesterday, I was opportunity, right, to be part of my little ones to meet their teachers because we're going to transition back to the in-class, learning
right.
system.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
back in the US. And, I
Yeah.
mean, I probably wouldn't have that opportunity if I was probably maybe auditing and I had to travel and maybe I have to say, I'm so sorry, won't be able to do this. I'm just going to talk to your teacher on the phone, right? But the
That's
boys were so excited meeting the teachers, and so that for me is core, right? So
mm-hmm.
that's for me,
Mm-hmm.
it's really, really core. I do not want to start, um, I do not want to contract out what are those things I should be doing as a mom and
Mm-hmm.
missing out on the precious milestones of these little ones. That is
That's right.
that is one thing. Time freedom,
Mm-hmm.
and it gives me
Mm-hmm.
flexibility such that I'm able to work on my terms and at my pace. So I'm not being monitored. I'm not clocking in or clocking out, just like we
That's
say in the
right.
corporate escapade, right? In the corporate world. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been in the corporate world for what? Close to 2 decades and still
Mhm.
counting. But I've
Wow.
seen over and over that, retirement picture, the golden years picture for me, it's
Mhm.
not what I really expect it to be. Now, you're
Yeah.
earning those money, you're earning those fat checks, but guess what? You're bringing it in, it's going out back into the system. So it is saying in the eyes of people that this is a whole lot, but you know what? It's just going out back into the system. Now,
Mhm.
how can we build something for ourselves, a legacy that would outlive us? And those were my questions, right? So those were the
Yeah.
boxes I mentioned
Mhm.
earlier. And so this was
Mhm.
checking the boxes for me. And I'm like, you know what? Power of entrepreneurship. I mean, those individuals who are successful today are those who actually venture into a business of their own, not individuals working on typical 9 to 5. And then we spend so many years, right? Working for someone's dreams and their legacy. And then we
That's
what retire at a very old age, super tired. Oh my gosh. Why can't we then, transfer that energy into building a
mhm.
legacy for ourselves? And so those were the things, those are my driving forces. Those
Mhm.
are the core, those are the core that kept me moving through to say, you know what, this is for me. Now, don't get me wrong. The digital space is not for everybody. Not everybody wants to be there, right?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mentioned, I never wanted to. because I said, I'd rather, keep things to myself. Now, when this business model dropped on my lap and I'm like, oh, this is so brilliant. This exists. Then I started looking into the pros and the cons. And you know what? The benefit just outweighed it all. And while I was a little bit skeptical about, I don't want to be online, I don't want to be online. Then I looked at it on this other side of things and I'm like, no, it's not as bad after all. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just the motive and the intent that matters. What exactly am I doing online? Am I out there educating? Am I out there adding value? Am I out there, doing what I would do ordinarily offline and bringing it to the online space, right? Being in the, in the face of the globe, I mean, which gives me an opportunity to meet someone like who, Marissa, all the way
Yeah.
from West Sydney, Australia. I'm here in Sacramento. Where would I have met her, to begin with? So things like that are those things that actually, it champions the move for me. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? This is it. I'm here in the long haul and I'm going to be an evangelist, okay, of this particular global business. I mean, till kingdom come, if you ask me, because I am passing this on to generations beyond me.
Yeah, that's right. Wow, your why is very strong. I can feel it. I can feel the energy. You know why you jumped
Yeah.
in on this online business? Yeah, for me, because I was a single mom when I was 20 years old, and you know what? uh, there's a lot of people out there that put me down when I was single mom. From day one, I was a single mom for that little boy. And I told myself, one day I need to give this little boy a better future.
Mm.
So I just keep going on and keep going on, study, but when I came to Australia, I thought like, I have to study again and to become a registered nurse because
Mm.
my qualification doesn't, it wasn't recognized, and I thought it's gonna be a good job for me as a registered nurse. I reached that star that I've been wanting to become a registered nurse, but no, it doesn't, because you just keep working and working double time, and it's hardly have a hard time for me to have quality time with my kids. And when I had my second child, so I get married here in Australia, I met my husband here, so we have a first child together. He was only 3 months when I went back to work, and it's heartbreaking for me because all some of his milestone and very important stage of his life I missed. Then last year I was pregnant, and I saw this opportunity, and now here am I. I'm taking my maternity leave as long as I wanted because I'm running my own digital business. So it's really worked for me. And you know what? You try this one out. You will see for yourself if this one works for you, and if not, at least you try something, because no one will build the dream for you. It's only yourself that you're going to help,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my biggest why. And sis, we just want to acknowledge our viewers. We got few. This is Caroline. She's watching from Papua New Guinea. And we got Alberta. She's watching from Melbourne, Australia. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And we
Thank
got
you.
Joycelyn as well. She's from Papua New Guinea. Yes, thank you, everyone, for watching and tuning in, at this late night.
I know. And this super early morning, right? Yeah.
Yes, I know.
Good. Right.
Yeah. And yeah, can you just tell a little bit of, we already knew about, how good is our community, the support that we're getting,
Mhm.
and how did it change your life?
Thank you. I've been in communities, I mean, given my experience and of course, my work experience, or even in my, my Christian life. And I've never seen a community, as massive as this, and that is super diverse as the one we have. When I joined this community, we were just what, close to 60K,
Yes.
60,000, okay? And as I speak to you right now, I make bold to tell our viewers, to tell our audiences, right? that we are what 90,000 plus yet counting.
It
Can
is.
you beat that? I mean, 90,000 individuals, and we are what located across the globe. No restriction no restriction across the continent. Now, at first, this was mind blowing for me. I'm like, okay, it was just, I mean, the online space thing was also very new. I'm like, I really don't want to be there, right? So I still had my reservation, and I'm like, everybody's all over here. And trust me, this community is great. We're
Yeah.
like-minded individuals. We mentioned earlier, in our community, we have tons of professionals, and we even have non-professionals. We have what homemakers, I'm talking about, mothers and fathers building their
Yeah.
homes for their children, right? And I tell you what, right, a community starts from the home. Now, when we invest in our children from our home base, right, then they carry that same value out to the community. They carry that same value out to the country where they are. So, those homemakers are doing excellent jobs, I mean, in their various, fields as well. So our community is made up of this community, of these individuals of like-minded, persons, and we are doing excellent work. Now, what is so outstanding about this community is that we help each other, right?
That's
We help
right.
one another to grow. We are not in competition with anyone.
That's
So
right. Yeah.
you're building your leg, you're building your dream, someone else is building theirs. And then we help one another to grow. It's so structured that wherever it is you are in the world, and then you need help concerning, is it the mentorship piece of this business, or is it the marketing piece of the product, or is it whatever it is, right? You're setting up and whatnot, you have individuals in place to help you. Don't
That's
forget, I
right.
mentioned that we
Yeah.
are running off on a mentorship program. So you have your own designated mentors, you have your own designated coach, right, who will help you all the way. Outside
That's
of your
right.
mentors and coaches, you have thousands of business partners you can reach out to. You need help
Yeah.
in a
That's
particular
right.
area, you have them. So you're not alone. You're not like, it's not like, oh, this is a strange, very lonely path. You have individuals to help you grow.
I
And so that
know.
is so outstanding for me because it gives you comfort. And when you have questions at any particular time of the day, just
Yes.
reach out. All you need to do is reach out, do
Yeah.
the asking. And before you know it, you have tons of people responding, wanting to help you. I mean,
Yes.
what else
Right.
do we want in a business? I mean, you're starting your own sole proprietorship. You're probably just going to be so lonely on that path. But in our community, fine, it's your business, but you have individuals, working up with you, helping you. We're not
Yes. That's
paying a
right.
subscription to get this, right?
Yeah.
It's not
And
like, oh,
even and
it's not like,
even you know and
yeah,
even like me, my mentor is from UK, so even she don't reply straight away, I got another community that I
exactly,
can reach out. So
exactly,
that's how it works, and there's no stupid question at all.
at all.
Everyone started here with no idea, with
Hmm.
no business background. Like me, I'm a registered nurse. I don't know how to build my website anyway. But the support is there, full support, and we just
Outstanding.
have to
Hmm.
reach out. Yeah. And it changed my mindset as well, because I feel like I'm become a better person, a better mom for my kids. And because there's a lot of positive people, like-minded individual, as you
Yeah,
said, that it's all around us. So it's really it's like a magnet. you know
yeah.
that's
Positive
how
attracts
that's
positive.
my experience in this online community.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just move on. And yeah, if someone asks you, is your business, is this a scam, or we got a lot of questions about what is your usual response when someone asks you for that.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, if anybody's asking, is this a scam? Just like we said, there is a question that is stupid. That is also not a stupid question. But I
Yes.
mean, the response to that question is that no, this is not a scam. And this is not a get rich quick scheme.
That's
I
right.
try to emphasize that to individuals
Mhm.
listening to us, okay? And so this is a business that is legitimate, and I'm making sure that I'm qualifying it very well. It is a legitimate business, meaning that we get to incorporate our businesses, okay, wherever you are across the globe. And you know
Mhm.
what? We pay taxes to the various taxing authorities. So now, if we are registered and paying taxes, how else are we going to be scamming, right? So this is
Yes.
not a scam. It is legitimate. Asking
Mhm.
those questions are very correct. Asking those questions are real. But in response to that, it is not a scam, it is working, and we pay taxes to the government.
That's right. Thank you for that. And we're heading towards the end of our live. Do you have any
Okay.
advice for someone who's looking for plan B, or they still skeptical of what is this online business?
Yeah, for those so we're looking at two individuals, right? And I'm gonna break it down so I don't
Yes.
commingle them. So for my
Yes.
plan B seekers, right? For those seeking a plan B, seeking a side hustle, you know what? Maybe it will gladden your heart to hear from me say that a lot
Mhm.
of people in our community came in seeking a plan B. And guess what? They ended up using their plan B as their plan A because
Yes. That's right.
before you know it, you're just swept off your feet and then it becomes your plan A. Okay, now, so for you plan B seekers, right on the screen, you probably would have seen those links right there. Most of you listening on, because we are right now on Marcel's page, right? You've been following her. You've been seeing all those great stuff she's doing, educating, right? Making sure that you understand the essence of our business. You have the links right there. My plan B
Mhm.
seekers, all you need to do is, if you know you're ready and you like to learn more, you like to, take a plunge, you want to take a switch, go ahead and register on those links you're seeing right there. It's okay to
That's
register with on Marisol's page or
yeah.
either mine, either way
Mhm.
it works, right? So that way you will be invited honorably to a virtual workshop section. It's at no cost, okay? It's a free webinar where you will
That's
listen to coaches,
mhm.
seasoned coaches across the globe, coming with experiences, okay? And then guess what? You will have the opportunity to listen to testimonials of individuals who are thriving, who are doing great already in this business space. And then you get to make a decision for yourself. If indeed you want to take a plunge, or you rather be Lord, you rather maybe take your time or what have you. Like I said, it's not for everybody, but you know what? It pays you to check it out. So that's on my plan B seekers. Now, for those who are really skeptical, I tell you
Mhm.
what, not, it's okay to be skeptical. It's a natural instinct, okay?
That's
A
right.
lot of us were skeptical. I was not being, in the online space, and I never wanted to have anything to do with the online space, right? But you know what? One of the things that makes a successful individual stand out of the crowd is that successful people check things out. Now, I was skeptical, but I did my due diligence. I researched. I asked questions, right? You can ask myself question, you can ask me question. What exactly, I mean, after this interview, because this particular section will not give us the honor of going in detail into things we probably would tell you about our business. Now,
That's
for the
right.
skeptics, you know what? Do your due diligence, ask the questions. And one of the ways you could also do that, similar to my Plan B seekers, register online on our business pages. And that will give you an opportunity to a no cost virtual workshop where you will learn and then you will make a decision for yourself if indeed this is for you.
That's right. Thank you very much for that. And just to wrap up, that we want to invite everyone, to watch our free webinar. So here in Sydney, Australia, we do have every Wednesday and Friday. That's 10 o'clock in the morning, Australian Eastern Standard Time.
Mhm.
And I'm sure you will catch up the replay as well. So it's you can register your email address to my link or to Modopi. And just to wrap up, thank you everyone for watching. If you're watching this live and watching the replay, you have a good evening, and click that button, and the time is now.
I
Thank
know.
you, everyone. And you have a good night. Good morning to you, Mudope. I know you're just going to start your day. Thank
I
you
know.
very much for, allowing me to have you in my business page. And it's really my honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Okay. Bye, everyone. Have a good night. Stay safe.
Bye. Bye.